Well, greetings YouTube. Since there have been so many questions anytime I've used these in various videos in the background, we're going to do a review on them. These are my SpeedQueen full-size commercial front-load washer and dryers. These have since been government regulated, kind of out of existence. I'm sure SpeedQueen will come up with another model that meets the US government regulations. But they're built in the US. They're a company based out of Wisconsin. And if you've been to a laundromat or had an apartment complex, you probably have seen the SpeedQueen logo. But instead of this nice control panel, you probably had a place for a laundry card or maybe even some coins, depending on your age. So what makes this different than the commercial ones is that it just has a lovely control panel. It's pretty straightforward. I've used an LG and some other things recently on a trip, and I just really grew to appreciate this. So when you first power it on, as you see, it does that nice power on self-test, and it remembers whatever last setting you had. Now you have a variety of settings here. I mean, you have a couple different things. So you have some presets, you know, for your heavy duty or your bulky, and I'll explain capacity in a minute. Nice quick wash setting. There's a spin-only setting, which I use when I'm air drying something, especially like boots or sports gear or something. I find that actually really handy. The delicate rinse and spin, those sort of things. Your normal, your premium press, of course, are what I usually do. Or you can have a favorite. So, and then you can have a couple favorites. So this is my favorite that I use, probably the most. The other thing is, on any of these settings, you can add a soak, which is really nice if you have something stained, or if your cats or something have puked on something, you want to soak in some enzyme cleaner in there, you can do that. And then you can select second or third rinse. Now this can extend the cycle past an hour when you start pressing these, but the average cycle is about 45 minutes to an hour depending on which one you set it on. You can also turn the chime on and off. One criticism I would say is the chime is way too quiet. You don't really hear the chime on this. Whether you put it on high or low, you just don't really hear it. And then your soil level kind of extends the cycle. So today we're going to use heavy duty, and I'll show you why. And again, these are configurable. I usually use cold water. I don't like to use hot water on anything. I don't really see a purpose in doing that. Towels I will, but nothing really else. And we are going to do a second rinse and a pre-wash. Now the pre-wash option is for basically doing a little bit more soap. And then there's just a simple pause play button, and then it will lock the drum. Alright, so I want to demonstrate just how big this thing is, because it's a lot bigger than the top loaders I grew up with, or even some of the newer front loaders. And that's, I think, why it wasn't so energy efficient. I want to explain what's here. We have two laundry baskets, hand for comparison, full of clothes. I'm now going to stuff those clothes into the machine and show you what that's like. This pillowcase got in here, we're not actually going to wash that. So that's one laundry basket. Alright. So there you go. To give you an idea, there's still actually a bit of space on top. So that's something kind of cool, is how much laundry you can shove into it. The other question I know you guys are going to have is, what about comforters? Well, I've got here a queen size comforter, right? Well, that fits in there. I've got another queen size comforter. One is down, one is synthetic, granted, but they both fit in there and it will wash them. So again, the size of this thing is just fucking awesome. So one of the reasons why you would buy a SpeedQueen set, of course, is the quality. You can see the door. It's fairly high quality. I'm going to zoom in real quick. You can see there's a nice piano hinge there. It's very, very solid. And again, once you feel one of these, you realize how solid. Even though the door is plastic, this is glass. Then you have a nice thick rubber seal. Some lint and stuff gets stuck in between the rubber seal, so you do have to clean it out occasionally. Alright, let's talk about soap, where that goes, what's in here. So as I described, there's a pre-wash. That would go right here. Your full wash goes right here. Your bleach would go here. You can see that started to discolor a little bit from the bleach, but I think that's perfectly normal. And then your softener, if you use it, would go here. I don't personally use softener. What I do like to use in here is Perocel. And this is the same company that makes the laundry detergent for Miele. So, give you an idea what fits in there. That's about a half a cup, you know, the maximum you're supposed to use. We're also going to use a little bit in the pre-wash as well. So that's what Perocel looks like when you go in there. Shut that. And before you go asking, if you're a person who uses bleach, or if you are a person who uses a Tide Pod, show you how that works in there. Now, I don't buy Tide Pods because I'm not a millennial and they just don't look that tasty to me. But if you want to see what one looks like in there, I suppose you could probably fit 2 or 3 of them in there. And to clarify, I've used a variety of stuff in this washer without any trouble. Actually, the Costco stuff seems to be what I like using the most, just because it's rather inexpensive and it appears to be very similar to Tide. I don't believe it's the same, but it's very, very similar. I've used Tide Pods, though not on a regular basis because, again, I'm not a millennial. They don't look tasty. I don't see a reason really to use them. I don't use bleach a whole lot, but you can use bleach in this machine. This seems to be the best cleaner I've used, it's Perocel. And it makes sense, you know, it's what Miele chose, doesn't surprise me. This is not only good for carpets, but this is great for a pre-wash if somebody vomits or something like that. I can't say good enough stuff about Unique. Alright, well, now that I've stuffed this thing completely full, we're going to hit heavy duty. Or we could do bulky. I'm not really able to see what the difference was. These did not come with a set of manuals that I was given, but I believe that was a dealer thing that happened. Yeah, they're soiled. We're going to do second wash, pre-wash. So that big double load is only going to be 65 minutes. So now we're just going to hit the magic button and let it go. Time to switch the laundry. But something I like to do before I switch the laundry, we're going to address the lint trap of the dryer, and we're going to talk about the dryer controls. So let's discuss what we have in terms of dryer controls. Excuse the camera shake. So what's here, again, just like the washer, is you're going to have this power on self-test, lets you know everything's working. And my dryer came unplugged the other day due to the cat got behind the dryer, and it didn't do that, and it kind of freaked me out, and then I realized it was just unplugged. But it does have a door open light. It has the ability to sense moisture automatically, like a lot of washer and dryers do. And the thing with that is the top settings here in green are all automatic settings. And then your time dry, your quick dry, and your fluff up are not. Now the other thing that I really like, again, the signal's not particularly loud on this, but the anti-wrinkle is such a handy feature. So if you set a regular load, you want it dry, you can adjust the dryness right there. And you can also adjust the temp on the manual settings, but not on the auto sensing. So what the anti-wrinkle does is it will finish the cycle, then every 5 minutes or so, it turns the dryer on for like 5 minutes and keeps the laundry hot. Pretty much indefinitely, it'll just keep doing that. It won't do it all day, but it will do it for hours on end. I want to say I've come home from an 8-hour shift and had it going in the morning, and it was not going when I came home. So just something to note about that. I know that's probably a little confusing. If it has to go a little bit more, it will let you know that. These all do have child locks. I don't use them, but there is a child lock feature. And when we turn this on, and it will say wet, dry, all that. You can see it's pretty quiet. We're on top of this, obviously. And then it will pause it. And if the door is open, it will spray out door. So that's pretty straightforward. If you have used a SpeedQueen in an apartment or a laundromat, something I've never seen in the commercial ones is this thing. And this is very handy because what it does is it keeps socks from getting into the lint. So that's what that is for, in case anybody was wondering. No lint seems to ever accumulate on the door. Very little lint accumulates on top of this thing. And of course the best way to clean that is with the central vac. As you can see, the door has a nice light to it. It's just a very old school door. I have seen commercial units similar to this with a window. This one does not have a window, and I wish it does. It's one of my only criticisms of the set. Now your dryness sensor is right here inside the door, so that means that you must fill the laundry. To give you an idea, since it's right here, you must fill it about so far up for the dryness sensor to work. The other thing I think is really interesting to note about this unit is the door on the dryer, not the washer, but on the dryer, is reversible. So it just has Phillips screws. And when it came to me, again, this could be a dealer thing or shipping, the door was not settled quite right. So I did have to readjust it. It was as quick as loosening the screws and retightening them with a Phillips screwdriver. But it was something that was kind of disappointing when I got it. And again, that could just be the dealer that I bought them from. Because I did shop around and I did end up getting the best deal. I ended up getting them for about $400 less with the stands than one dealer wanted to sell them to me without the stands. Here is the inside of the drum. So you've got these rubber wave things, and then the rest is stainless steel. Give you guys an idea what that's like. This appears to be where it drains from in a leather sort of lint trap. And after quite a few washes, you'll get a little bit of lint. Not much, though. One other thing I like to do is I like to leave my door open to dry it out and prevent that from getting really funky. Now, if we look... Yeah. So, one more thing to note is these, again, are plastic, and they are 3 of them, and they all seem to be the same. And we can see that sensor for the dryness is right here. So let's go ahead and shut that. And let's turn it on. So I have everything on regular. And you can see the heat is not adjustable. So what I will actually do is just give you an idea of where that is. Again, not adjustable. Again, not adjustable. Fully adjustable. So typically I just use the delicate setting and set it up to extra dry, which is the only thing you can really adjust, which is 67 minutes here. Most of these cycles take about 70 minutes to about 80. You can not manually turn the time up here, but if we do a time dry, we can actually set it up and it will just keep going up. So you can actually set it up to, what was it here, 98 minutes of drying time. And then you can have the anti-wrinkle on top of it. But we're just going to do the delicate setting because I don't like overcooking my clothes. And there we go. Well, thanks for watching this video and watching me do my laundry today on my SpeedQueen machines. I will have the model numbers and a link to SpeedQueen's website down below. And again, big thank you to all of our Patreons who help support this channel. They're who have bought some of the camera mounts to make some of this stuff possible. As always, thumbs up this video. Write your comments about SpeedQueen washer and dryers below. If you have a vacuum question, definitely hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. We'll be happy to answer that there. As it starts to fill, you'll notice it's just going to tumble clothes around there. And it really does evenly distribute the soap. And if you soak it, it will do that same sort of thing. It will move and soak it. So it's kind of cool that it does that. I've seen some of them that do it and some of them that haven't, so I just thought I would note that. You see it's now going the other way. So that straw moves both ways. Again, I believe most washers do that, but just something noteworthy.